Today, Derek and I are breaking down the 2021 Clemson recruiting class. We're going to be going through each member of this class, breaking down our thoughts as fans of Clemson football on how we feel like these players are going to fit in to the Clemson culture and the Clemson program moving into next season. Again, we're just two Clemson grads that love nothing more to talk a little bit more about Clemson football. So stay tuned, stick with us, help us out, like and subscribe as we break down the Clemson 2021 recruiting class.
Next recruit we have, and the last recruit on the offensive side of the football, Will Taylor. He is from Irmo, and this is the crazy stat. He is the only South Carolina player that received a scholarship offer for Clemson this year, or that received and accepted as well. So he's our only South Carolina committee. He's from Irmo. He doesn't have a star rating. He's currently listed as an athlete, even though he plays quarterback right now. He has a position rank of 90th. He's the 90th best athlete. State ranked, he's the 18th best player. He doesn't have a national rank, and he is 5'10", 160 pounds. So he is a little bit shorter than you, but about the same size. And he's not enrolled yet. He'll come in the spring. So what is your one word on Will Taylor?
My one word on Will Taylor is culture. And Dabo constantly builds culture at Clemson, and he does so by his recruits and the players that he surrounds himself and his team with. Will Taylor, being from Irmo, South Carolina, keeps that South Carolina tie. We didn't have any other South Carolina recruits in this class, so that's kind of a big add in that sense. 5'10", 160, you're thinking, I don't know where he fits on a college team at that size. But you look back at Hunter Renfrow, and he was a walk-on at that size and is now playing at the NFL pretty spectacularly, I might add. So it's culture. It's bringing in a player like this that is an athlete. He'll probably switch to wide receiver, but can really play potentially any position he wants to set his mind to, and let him go. And let other players that are these 5-star and 4-star recruits that think that they're the best, they're ranked number 5, number 1, whatever. Here's the kid that's not even ranked nationally, has a scholarship offer. Put him on the field. Let him do his thing. What are you thinking?
When you look at him, like, my word for him is Hunter. And like, listen, you might be like, okay, well, obviously, like, there's a good comp in Hunter Renfrow. But Hunter was also an in-state guy. You talked about him being a walk-on, but Hunter also played quarterback in high school. And so Dabo specifically talked about Will Taylor, and Will Taylor came into camp and was with the quarterbacks, and Dabo said his athleticism just jumped off the page. He's like, okay, this guy has D1 athleticism, but it's probably just not going to be at the quarterback position. He's 5'10", 160. It's not the right build for it. So he moved him while in camp. He just moved him over to the wide receivers, and he's like immediately started jumping off the page, even compared to all these wide receivers who have played the role and all that sort of stuff. They had to explain a little bit to him, but the athleticism jumped off the page. So I think he sold himself there. That's why he got the scholarship offer. We don't do obligatory offers. If Clemson offers him, if Dabo offers him, it's because they want him on the team. For him to have a scholarship right now and not be like a preferred walk-on or something says something about it. They see a need for him. He'll need to put 15 pounds on at some point in time. I mean, I don't expect him to get much above 175. He's only 5'10", I mean, unless he grows. But I think he could be a good wide receiver. We already talked about Troy Stellato and that sort of role, and kind of the lack of players in that position right now. So will he be the next Brent Spector? Will he replace him whenever Spector moves on? Maybe. I could easily see that.
Well, I think the most amazing thing about sports in general in this world is you put in the work, and you can see gains and that reflected throughout your game. So if he's a guy that Dabo feels like can put in the work, can add to the culture at Clemson, is good enough to get a scholarship like you said, then he potentially can work his way onto the field like so many others have done before him, and it'll mean so much more because he came from a spot of not even being nationally ranked to potentially being a starter on this team and seeing where his career can take him by putting in the work. And if he puts in the work, others around him will see that and will also put in the work. And that's why I'll tie it back into my word of culture. This is what Clemson does incredibly well. That's our breakdown. If you enjoy our content, help us out, like, subscribe to our channel, add a comment below. We'll be breaking down every single 2020 recruit from the 2021 Clemson class in the near future, so check out the Tiger Football Talk YouTube channel and go Tigers!